What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the Dark Pictures Anthology Directive 8020. Big mouthful, but the next game in the Dark Pictures Anthology from Supermassive Games. I want to talk about, what's going on with it, when could we see it, and I want to use last year as evidence, and it has been, I think, a reoccurring thing. I can even remember House of Ashes, which was the game before The Devil in Me. Both of them did a very similar thing that I would very much expect this year, unless, we can look at it very pessimistically, if it doesn't happen this year, something could be going on, and I don't necessarily think it's going to go that negative, but I did want to throw it in. So what we have is every year, right, the games come out anywhere between August and October, okay? Somewhere in that range. And obviously the Quarry doesn't count here. The Quarry is made from a separate kind of department in Supermassive. We also know they're making the Dead by Daylight game. They're making 6 other, Dark Picture games. All these, there's a lot going on in that studio at any given time. But generally that August through October range is what they do. Now, because games, in my opinion, and I think just in the gaming industry in general, take longer and longer to make, every year, I do kind of flip a coin and say, like, is this the year that it doesn't happen? But so far, they've never proven to have missed a year. Now, you could argue about the quality of the games, and maybe they should take a little bit more time, but it is what it is. And every game has made that 1-year mark, okay? So I would expect this game this fall, and I would probably expect it later on. Now, here's the deal, okay? The Devil in Me, I think that game came out in October, and I remember it was sandwiched in with other games. This September and October is about as packed as I've ever seen it in my life. 2011 comes to mind. 2011 was a very, very packed fall. But I really think September and October, and even like Nintendo kind of taking over November at this point, you don't want to release a game in September or October. At the same time, considering horror genre, this game could work late October, right around Halloween. But if it came out in August, which I don't think August is going to happen. It happened like once or twice. I don't think it's ever going to happen again. Maybe November is a possibility. You could say, well, it would miss Halloween. Well, it is what it is. When Until Dawn came out in August, they didn't care to promote it during Halloween, so does it really matter? But no, all right, so we have that, okay? Sometime this fall, I think probably October or November would be a safe bet. When will we see it? Well, each of the last 2 years, and last year I memorized the date, July 7th. July 7th is when we got the kind of story trailer, like the official trailer. So you get the tease right at the end of the last game. So The Devil in Me had this game, part of it, I guess, at the end of it. But in terms of like, okay, here, we're going to unveil it, it was July 7th of next year. So I think that makes a lot of sense. And then what did they do after that? Well, it was Gamescom. Gamescom, which is at the end of August, is when they did, I believe, like their gameplay features trailer where they showed things that were kind of new about The Devil in Me. House of Ashes did something pretty similar. It was the summer reveal, right? I think they did use Gamescom to show some stuff off. I think they maybe even started with just a long gameplay segment, but that's normally what we get, right? It's kind of and I like it to a big extent, where you get a very quick lead up to the game. So we know the game's coming for like an entire year, but then their Twitter starts to and they did that last year. For The Devil in Me, they started to do all these tweets of like, hope you're going to enjoy your stay at the hotel, and all this, pretty cool, I would say, Twitter engagement stuff. I'd expect the same thing this year. Kind of like re-reveal the game, and then they would do some sort of gameplay segment. For The Devil in Me, they did a 30-minute, I think, video with the director of the game, and then they spliced in some gameplay clips of it. So I would expect very, very similar thing this year from July and August. I think trailer, I think probably 20, 30 minutes of, okay, what this game is, and let's see some of the characters in this game. And then the game gets released in October or November. I'm going to keep pushing that November time because I get October makes sense. I get they've done it before, but I just think because of all the freaking games that come out in September, October, it doesn't, I don't know. They never say how well these games do, and they just keep cranking them out. So I guess they do good enough to like warrant, constant releases of them. So, hey, at the end of the day, release it when you want to. Your audience will find it. I will, of course, play it. I play all these games. So at the end of the day, maybe I should just shut up. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.